Cotton Candy here, and I promised that I would make some videos showing how to do some things with costumes. So here's the first one. The first thing that I'm going to show you guys how to do is, it can be found all over the internet, but I'll kind of show you what I do, and that's to make things look kind of old and ratty, like this t-shirt. I actually did this one, but I wasn't recording properly, so oops. Gonna try again. And I'll show you how to make some stencils if you don't know how to do that. A quick and easy way to make that happen for you. So today I'm going to show you what you need to do this project. It's pretty cheap, it's pretty easy, and it's one of the main things that you can do to something that maybe you already have to make it look post-apocalyptic, torn up, like it's just, yeah, you want it to look like you've been at the end of the world. So here we go. What are you going to need for this project? Well, you're going to need something to tear up your items with. I like this little guy. I think it's like a little drywall saw, but I can take it and I can put it on a piece of fabric and I can pinch it and pull, and it gives me some nice tears along the fabric. So I like that. Another thing that we're going to be using is, oh gosh, this guy right here. It's a drill hole thing. You can use it to cut holes in wood on your drill. Also, you can just drag it along your fabric and you can tear it up that way, because we like lots of holes and lots of dirt, all of those different things. So a couple of ways to tear your stuff up. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, maybe a little box cutter. These are super cheap, stuff you probably already have around your house. We're going to need a couple of paints. I like these. These are just cheap acrylic paints. You can buy them 50 cents a piece. I think I got this one for like 35 cents at a thrift store. But, because I don't like to pay full price for anything. I'm kind of cheap and awful like that. Also, a couple paintbrushes. We'll use the back ends of them. We'll use the top ends of them. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be nice. In fact, don't use your nice stuff for this. Don't use your nice scissors. Don't use your nice anything. It's not going to be good. Cheap spray paint. Black. Flat. Don't get the shiny kind unless you want to be like super shiny, but flat black works great. And this, one of my favorite things ever, 3M Super 77 Spray Adhesive. We're going to use this for a lot of different projects. It's super awesome. Alright, so the very first thing that we do is we need to pick out a shirt or a pair of pants, shorts, whatever you want to tear up. I got this shirt right here for like 50 cents at Goodwill. I liked it because it had, if I can grab onto it, it had stars on it. I'm kind of into that. I kind of like the V-neck. Yeah, first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get rid of the tag. Like, nobody needs a tag. This is like no longer from the Gap. This is going to be crap. Ta-da! First thing, that's done. Now, the very next thing that we're going to want to work on is tearing it apart in places where things ordinarily get torn up. So think seams, where things come together. There's a lot of stress on those points. So anywhere where there's lots of seams, the bottom edge of what you're looking at is probably going to get torn up. The butt area, if it's going to fall on your butt, is probably going to get really dirty, really torn up, different things like that. And yeah, let's just get to work and I'll show you how to do it. Alright, so we're back. We're a little bit lower. You can kind of see where my hands are and what I'm going to be doing. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this seam here along this hem and I'm going to make a small cut, because one of the cool things about bottom seams like this, I don't know if you can see that cut. I just make a little cut and then I just stick my crappy scissors in there and then just kind of start cutting. You can tear it. This is a good way to just work quickly. Get through these harder seams. These scissors are terrible too. Like, I've done a lot of bad things to these poor scissors. Don't use your wife's or your sister's or your own nice fabric scissors for any of these projects, unless you're, you know, sewing something brand new and you want like some really nice work there. For this stuff, we're just gonna make it crappy. Alright, you can see I've already got one little hole in there. It's perfect. I like these little stars on this shirt, so I'm probably actually going to cut off most of the entire bottom of this shirt. I'm just going to show you how to do this for, yeah, this won't be the finished shirt for me, but for you guys I'll show you how to do this. So I've cut it up and I've already gotten a pretty neat edge along the bottom. but I want more. So I'm going to take my little drywall thing and I'm just going to start tearing. Because one of the big things is that stuff just gets worn out in the apocalypse, and you don't really have access to new stuff. And if you do, like, it's going to get crappy too. And so see, we're already looking like we're maybe a little moth-eaten, maybe had a little run-in with a fence. And we're just going to carry on like that around the whole bottom edge of this. And, I mean, you don't have to use your scissors. You could try and rip it like this if you wanted. But in any event, you just kind of keep on keeping on and tearing it up. Because that is going to be how we start this. And this is probably going to take you a long time to get it torn up as much as you want. And some of the things you want to look for as far as design goes is a lot of different things have hard edges and soft edges. And you want to be able to give your stuff definition and make it look interesting. And one of the ways you do that is just by continually evaluating what you're doing and going, ah, that looks good, or that looks really terrible and I should probably like fix that. And that's totally okay. And none of this stuff needs to be perfect because it's not going to be perfect. It's supposed to be kind of awful. And don't worry, we're going to take all of these edges and we are going to seal them up with some clear spray paint at the end just to make sure that it doesn't fray off. We don't want any moop. We don't want any of these strings flying off on the playa and making more moop for us to clean up and like lots of issues. We don't want that. Okay, so if you hear a baby goat in the background, that's because there's a baby goat here in the background. So here's something I just tried on this shirt and I freaking hate it. It looks like crap on. I really don't like it. One of the things I really don't like about it are these sleeves. They're kind of tight. I'm not into that. Maybe if I weren't so ripped, I could see my gigantic muscles here, it wouldn't be such an issue, but it's not because I'm ripped, guys. It's just kind of a weird shirt design. Probably the reason that it was chilling at Goodwill, because it's just freaking weird. It fits weird. So yeah, I'm going to hack those off. We're just going to make this sleeveless. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and take this back apart and cut it and put some holes in it and then lace it up with little bits of the shirt that I have left. And see what that looks like. See if that will improve my feeling about this shirt. So definitely try something on first. See if you even like it. I just liked the stars on this one. I thought it would be kind of cool to have something I could trash over the stars, because stars are kind of a fun thing. So we'll see. We'll just keep working at it, and you'll find this happens with some of your projects too. Maybe it just isn't what you thought or what you wanted, but that's cool. We can totally roll with it and make it something else or something. All right, so I figured that I better show this part because just in case you're wondering what in the hell I did here. So I cut the side apart, and since in my case this shirt was way too loose where I wanted it tight, because I'm special, right? I wanted a little bit tighter across there, and it was super duper loose. If I were to just cut up the sides and lace it together, that would actually just make it even bigger. So since I am trying to make this smaller, what I've done is I've actually folded it over right here and put my holes through there. In some cases I might want to put like some grommets through these holes and make it look a lot neater, a lot more professional, depending on what I was going for. But since this is specifically a rag shirt, I'm just going to do this. Put the holes, fold it over in half like this, and put the holes through, and then do that on both sides. And that's automatically going to take a couple of inches away from that entire girth of this outfit. So I just wanted to show you that part in case you're wondering what the hell I did there. That's what I did. And how did I do that? Well, easy peasy. I just folded it in half, and I got some little ghetto scissors. Ba-bow. And I just poke it through both. And then I know that it's like nice and even. It's just through there, and I got me a hole. Can you see it? I don't know where my focus is. That's, I think that's like the story of my life. I don't know where my focus is. What am I doing? I'm special. Is that good? Is that coming through good? Does that film well? I hope that films well.